And what a week it has been in professional wrestling. Welcome back. This is episode 12 of the GrapChats Pro Wrestling Podcast.
We're gonna start saying it's what a month it's been, not a week. these keep being longer intervals than a week. Yes, it has been a good week, and then the week before that was pretty good, and the week before that was pretty good.
I'm Steve. That's Matty.
Yeah, it's true. You'll figure it out by now.
Yeah. Yes, we've had some delays due to the wonders of regional internet.
Technology happened, life happened.
Yeah, technology happens, and then life.
I got drunk for 4 days. I got drunk for 4 straight days. Got turned 34. That's pretty great.
That happens sometimes too.
I didn't intend to. It just kept happening. Like, by Friday is your birthday, and people say do some drinks. And then Saturday you go out for dinner, and then you have some drinks. And then Sunday people go, "We'll come over. We'll do cake." You have some drinks. And then on Monday you go like your favorite bars, like running stuff on Monday, and they go, "Come down. We have some drinks." And then you just, it just happens.
They sneak up on you. It's a thing.
I'm a victim here. It was done to me. I'm the victim. You know what I mean? It's done to me. The kindness, it was kind gifts given, and I couldn't say no. I'm the victim here.
Not buying that for a second.
I didn't buy it either. They're all free. Yeah.
Yep. That's our Matty. That's the Matty we know. Right.
It's just tea now. No more booze. I gotta like detox and cleanse. Yeah. And what better way to cleanse than with some little bits of wrestling news? So allow me to segue. Poor Wardlow is injured again. That poor boy came back, did his big angle, was apparently going to be in some very, very big things, and apparently has like tore his pec during his return. That poor lad cannot catch a break. Him, Jay White, and Adam Cole, put him in bubble wrap, please.
It's very unfortunate. It really is.
So sad.
Because he had so much potential, and now his arm fell off. I'm like, come on, man, that sucks.
He hurt one of his beautiful muscle tits. That poor guy.
Yeah.
But it does look like, in more bits of injury news, Piper Niven is apparently out currently with a fairly substantial injury. Like the rumor mill that it could be like a career ender. So I hope that Piper Niven recovers and is okay and gets well. Please and thank you, and please and thank you, and please and thank you. They also did the injury angle most recently for Kenny Omega a few Dynamites ago. He has planned medical work that's been planned for some time, so it's not like an actual injury. They just like wrote him off. He also has to go back to Japan, so you have to go there semi-frequently to maintain your visa. So he has to go spend time in Japan, and I believe they're doing like a media that's going to be around the career of like Tanahashi, seeing as he's, so he can go over there, do the work, get the medical stuff done, make sure his Japanese visa is still good. Probably with Kota Ibushi. I assume that's why we haven't seen Kota as well. Kota's just with his boyfriend, so they can just go do that together, which is great. And then due back from injury coming up this week with one Orange Cassidy should be showing up soon, which is great. A nice injection of star power needed. Cena's final match got set officially. Saturday night's main event, December 13th in Washington, D.C. Please don't be doing what I think you're doing by putting it. Please don't be doing what I think you're doing by putting it in Washington, D.C. Please. They could. It would.
What are they going to do?
Have the president be there. Yeah.
Yeah, that would suck.
Yeah.
That would not be great. That would suck all of the dicks and most of the balls. I don't want that to happen.
Not even in a good way, too. Yeah. It's just... But anyway, that's fun. At least he's 100% set for Crown Jewel. So the Aussies get to see him before he hangs it up. And then also the random bit of funny news that I came across recently. ROH's Death Before Dishonor was apparently meant to be on September 5th. But Tony Khan wanted to go to MJF's wedding, so they moved it forward a week.
Fuck it. Yep,
which is great.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
What a bit of business. All the
That's when
photos
you
that
know
came out
you're
of MJF's wedding is very
You
cute.
are balling out of control when you can just move an entire event because can't be fucked want to go to a wedding. Yeah.
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 Your mate / employee's wedding. Yeah,
Yeah.
dope. It's so cool.
Let's just put this whole company on hold for a couple of days so I can fuck off to my mate's wedding. That's yeah. Everyone aspires to ball at that level.
Exactly. Yeah, that is most of the news and bits and pieces that I got, other than like obviously Mr. Danielson did some interviews down here not too long ago. Mr. Brian Danielson, Daniel Bryan, whichever you choose to call him. In a tiny little bit, our wonderful friend Fid McAwesome, has been on the show from
friend of the
Down
show.
Under the Ring.
Yes.
He messaged me the day before and said, "Do you want to come to interview Danielson like tomorrow?" And I think it was like 8 p.m. the night before. And I was like, I would ordinarily love to, but tomorrow is Father's Day at my kid's school, and that wins. Like, I feel like even Brian Danielson will be like, yeah, go do that. So could not go and do so, but got to ask him some really wonderful questions, obviously, see who could, like, there were a lot of fun questions that came out of those interviews. He was very happy to kind of answer whatever, which I think was really, really cool. And yeah, him being on commentary for AEW most recently has been really, really wonderful. He like brings so much passion. I feel like it's almost like this is how Tony Khan is going to convince Danielson to do some wrestling again, by just having him sit front row for really good wrestling till he goes like, oh, I want to do it. Like, I feel like he's like conning him into it. And like, not a bad play, Tony. That'd work on me. So like,
yeah,
I can see it.
Considering all of our friends have been trying to convince you to get in the ring in some capacity for quite a while now.
Okay, maybe. I think when like getting up out of bed isn't painful, I'll think about falling down for fun. Like,
yeah,
I feel like there's levels to that, you know? There's levels to that.
For those who didn't know, your boy's shredded as shit right now.
No, don't make me blush. I can't run though. I got none of the. It just looks good, but it's all like show muscle. I can't do any of the cardio bits though. Like I'd be exhausted after 5 minutes tops. Like it looks great as long as I don't have to do anything. Just stand there and flex at him. Do like the Lex Luger and just flex at a mirror. But any more than that, and I'll get gassed.
It's handy if you need to move a couch, but that's about it.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. And even after that, I was like, oh. Matt, you've taken 3 steps. Yeah, but those are all the bits and pieces of news that I've gathered up most recently in the last couple little bits that we've had going on. How do we want to recap the bits we've done? What do you want to talk WWE wise? Where do we want to go? Do we want to just talk about WrestlePalooza? What do we want to talk about?
Well, let's go into the build for WrestlePalooza and the show itself, and hopefully some good news about the Perth shows, because there hasn't been a whole lot. There's been a little bit now, but we're very close to the show, and we've only just got a little bit. Yeah, it'll be 2 weeks very soon.
Build them fast.
Yeah. So.
They're on at 8 a.m. American time, by the way. Now you know what it's like, America.
Yep.
Suck it.
We're coming with a John Cena promo. I mean, he does great promos. And I think now that we're getting closer to the end of his career, the promos are getting a lot more heartfelt. And I like that. It's good. You know, it means it's going to be a big emotional moment when he has that last match. Now, best thing, let's see. I mean, Jimmy and Jey Uso, now that they're sort of working together again, it's good. I like it. You know, they're both
the slow build to the slow build to like Jay turning into Roman
Main
is
event
kind of
Jay.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was good
that's
seeing
kind of
main
neat.
event Jay, but it's also good seeing them back together as a tag team again because it clicks really well. And as you would expect, they're a brother tag team. That's how it works.
Yep.
Now we had more backstage with Lyra Valkyria and Bailey because I'm still thinking the Bailey stuff is the best I've seen of Bailey recently, and it's been great. Love it.
Bailey rules.
Perhaps even a return to Hugger Bailey, even if it's like
it looks like it's conflicting personalities between like Hugger Bailey and like the role model Bailey seem to be like fighting for who controls her brain at any one moment.
Yeah,
and it's sweet. It's cool.
I'm interested in just the concept of heel Hugger Bailey. That could be awesome.
Yeah, for sure, right?
Yeah,
100%.
Awesome promo segment between Becky and Seth and Punk and AJ, leading up to the mixed tag match at WrestlePalooza.
We haven't done AJ Lee being back. It is great to see her back.
Yes,
really cool.
It's awesome.
Looks tremendous shape. Obviously, is fantastic.
Yeah.
My only gripe becomes Seth is your world heavyweight champion. Becky has the women's IC belt. And both of those belts are now currently in a feud of who loves their wife the most, I think, is what's happening. Like, it's like, who's the biggest wife guy? And that feels like a waste of those. Like, I don't know. I feel like the belts should be doing something specifically, like, definitely the world title.
Yeah.
And now the next feud is obviously will be like the champ versus champ stuff for Crown Jewel. So now the belt won't be involved again. So there'll just be like 2 to 3 months where like that belt doesn't get defended at all.
Although maybe maybe we'll get Becky versus AJ for the women's intercontinental title in Perth. That might just happen.
I would love
I'd
that.
I'd really want that to happen.
I don't think it will, but I would love that for you.
Yeah. That would be awesome, but yeah, not overly likely.
Your champion versus champions women's match, and then you'll get a match with Rhea on it, and that's you filled your quota for women, and you'll be done.
Yep.
Maybe the Raw or SmackDown there, though. Like, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, it is 3 shows over the course of one extended weekend. So we never know. It's going to be... I'm going to be so wrestled out by the end of this trip. Because it's just a lot. It's
okay to be good.
3 WWE shows. Then I'm going to the EPW show for Davis Storm's last match. And when I get back to Melbourne...
Yeah, the Melbourne show. Yeah,
there's another one.
Rod Laver? Yeah, that's
Rod
right.
Laver.
Yeah.
So it's going to be an exhausting but awesome holiday, but also very exhausting.
Yeah, you'll have fun.
Yeah. So what we set up at the start of the show was Bronson Reed and Bron Breakker versus LA Knight and a tag team partner of his choosing. He chose Big Jim. Just to make things super awkward because him and Jay are still quite not on great terms. So this could be interesting. And it was. It was a good fun match. Good main event, I thought. Yeah. And it's a good kind of go-home show. Like, it was the go-home show. We already know what the card was going to look like. So, yeah. Moving on to SmackDown, it started chaotic as shit. Because Michael Cole announces at the top of the show that he's got a backstage sit-down interview with Brock Lesnar. And so the way they set it up was that he randomly just got a message right at the top of the show that Brock wants to do the interview right now. So Michael Cole gets up from the desk, goes to walk back up the ramp, and Brock's music hits. Now, Brock walks down the ramp, picks up Michael Cole, who to our knowledge, weighs around 200 pounds and carries him like a child.
Yeah.
Down the ramp into the ring, kind of roughs him up a little bit. Looks like he's gonna hit him with a suplex or an F5 or something. Corey Graves comes in to make the save and like tries to talk Brock down, and Brock murders Corey Graves. Like
Takes a great F5. Takes a great F5.
Took it like a champ, ragdolled, and yeah, it looked sick. But
it did look sick.
Yeah, I'm like, I wonder where this is going, because like we've known for a while that Corey Graves is trying to get cleared, or was trying to get cleared at one point. So now we know he can take a bump. He can take an F5. I wonder, like, they're not going to put him in a match with Brock. That would be ridiculous. But, well, will they do something more? Will there be more matches in the future of Corey Graves? I hope so, if that's what he wants.
Yeah, for sure, right? It'd be good for him if that is what he's after, for sure.
That's going to be awesome. Because he had great matches in NXT. His matches with Sami Zayn were amazing.
Yep.
So that'd be a good thing to look forward to. Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, it just works. This tag
still
team
continues
title
to be good. Yep.
Just keep it on TV, keep it moving, and it'll be great. Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed were on SmackDown as well as Raw. And they're on SmackDown just to destroy Fraxi. Just whooped him. Like, it was a good match, a lot of back and forth, but it was still dominant by Braun and Bronson.
Fraxi used to be one of the best tag teams in the world when they were in NXT, like a year ago. And now they just die on TV. Yeah.
And solely because, quote, they look like the Usos? You sure about that?
That British guy and the dude in the British guy?
And the Spanish guy in a mask.
Yep.
Yeah. Figure that one out.
The bronze don't see color.
Yeah. Super. Yeah.
That's what it is.
Based.
Especially with the color that fucking like Braun Breaker is. He changes color every goddamn week. So
yeah, well, he does have that borderline racial
17 shades of orange.
tan. Yeah.
Yeah.
A great match. The main event match. The main event was a contract signing between Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes. But the last match on the card, Carmelo Hayes and Sami Zayn in a US Open challenge match. It was fantastic, as you would expect from the two of them. Non-stop, just go. And a strange finish just because it's completely unexpected at this point. It's been many, many, many years Sami Zayn has not been able to beat anyone with the Blue Thunder Bomb, and then just randomly does it. And it's like, he won a match with the Blue Thunder Bomb.
But like, please give Carmelo Hayes more. He's so talented.
Yes.
He went back down to NXT recently for like a show or two. Immediately the most like charismatic person there, like cool as shit.
Yeah.
And now he's losing to signature moves. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. And Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes had the contract signing. It was a contract signing like any other.
Yep.
But set the tone for WrestlePalooza. I enjoyed their match. It was not the best match they've had, but it was still good. You know?
Yeah. Should we talk about WrestlePalooza?
Yeah, let's get into WrestlePalooza.
We're already here.
Yeah, let's set Matty off. Because we start the show with Brock Lesnar and John Cena. What is there to say? Like, because it's something we've seen before, right? We've seen that match where Brock destroys John Cena at SummerSlam. And they did it again. Fuck knows why. But
especially
it was
doing
very
the entrance with all the kids too, like with all the kids coming out, like yay, champion children murdered.
Let's let all these kids watch a fucking snuff film in real life. Like, it was, that was a more baffling part of it. Having all those, did they? I can't remember. Did they like cut to just a clip of one of those kids with like the?
No, they cut to kids in the crowd like two
Yeah.
different times, just bawling their eyes out.
Yeah.
Like, okay. All right. So this is like an 8-minute match in which like John gets a little bit in. I think he hit like 3 AAs.
3 AAs
and then,
in a row for a 2 count.
And then Brock just stood up and then just killed him stone dead. And then killed the ref and then killed him again.
Yeah.
For memory, right?
Yeah.
And it was like it's already been bad and it keeps getting worse because like this is the face of your company's last year. He gave it to you as this is the final year, this is the final run. You almost like you could book it more like sports if you wanted to. When you know like an all-time great is doing like this is my final season. You know what I mean? And like this match made me go back and think about the whole year. And the more I thought about it, the angrier I got. Okay? Steve's the WWE guy. I'm not the WWE guy, all right? This is fine. But I am a white guy who grew up in the 2000s who liked rap music. So John Cena was my guy at one point. Like 2004, WrestleMania 20, hits the FU on the Big Show. There was a legitimate point in my life where I thought the spinner belt was cool. I had his album as a kid. I have it somewhere with like Bad Bad Man on it, things like that.
Yep. I've got it
too.
Like
that's it. Like I'm not, and yes, he got super boring for a long time there, but John Cena, the person, has always kind of won me over. All your Make-A-Wish stuff, like everything that he's willing to do to be this kind of like ambassador for wrestling and just like a good person, right? Just a good person. And this is his final year. And so far, what's been booked is you have his final ever Royal Rumble, where he gets down to the final 2 and then is eliminated with what looks like a light shove. Okay? He gets vaguely pushed. That's how he loses his final ever Rumble. You could have Cena tie, I think, like the 3 Rumble wins that Stone Cold had. He was going to have a world title match anyway. You could have had Jey Uso have to fight through the Elimination Chamber to earn like Gunther's respect or something like that. But you want to do shock and surprise, fine. Still, final ever Rumble. He gets lightly shoved out of here. Then you have the amazing heel turn that has zero plan, follow up after it. You get the I'm gonna ruin wrestling promo that happens 3 times in a row, the exact same promo that happens 3 times. Then you have his last ever WrestleMania match, which is pretty crap. And all you ever remember is a 2-minute run in at the end from a rapper that does terribly. And that's how his last ever Mania happens. That's how he wins his record-breaking 17th championship, right? Then you have the little program with Randy Orton. That was pretty good. It had an unnecessary amount of R-Truth lore in it for some reason. But sure, we did Orton and Cena again, and that was pretty good, right? Then we had the weird R-Truth bit for a little bit, which lasted about 2 weeks, and then we got rid of that. Then we spent 2 weeks glazing Logan Paul. Then we had a really, really bad tag match at Money in the Bank, right? Then we did that one. Then you had the Punk feud to redo that one, and that was pretty good, right up until the actual match, which had more of like Seth Rollins versus Punk added to it for that you didn't need in Punk and Cena. So you had a good match that you then just like made shitty at the end. Then you turned him babyface on no notice, just on a day, just right before the SummerSlam rematch. He just immediately becomes a babyface now because reasons. Then he has a really, really, really good match with Cody, which is great. That gets to end in Lawsuit Man returning and hitting him with some finishes. And that was pretty great. Then now he hates Logan Paul. So now he's feuding with Logan Paul, even though a couple months ago he loved Logan Paul, but now he hates Logan Paul. So now he's going to have a feud with Logan Paul. Then he has this 25-minute epic of a match with Logan Paul that he could have done with AJ Styles or Carmelo Hayes or anyone else that's really, really talented. But we did that with Logan Paul instead. Then we had his final ever SmackDown match, which was good, with Sami Zayn, right up until it ended with Lawsuit Man interfering. And then, in 8 minutes, Lawsuit Man squashes him in front of a bunch of, like, crying children. That's his final year. There's 5 appearances left. 1 Crown Jewel, I think, like 2 Raws, Survivor Series, the final match. That's it. That's all you've got left. And that's what you've done with Cena's last year. That's the rundown from top to bottom. It's mind-blowing. It's like every move feels like it's the wrong one, and not even the wrong one that you could predict. It's the wrong one from so left of field. It's like if you went to Subway and they went, do you want wheat bread or do you want the Italian grain? And you went, I'll take dog shit. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It's the furthest thing, and it keeps happening, and I don't understand, like, why
It's
make
not.
it make sense, please.
This rant was brought to you by
drink
Matty.
tea now. I'll drink tea now.
It's not often in wrestling that people get to announce their retirement ahead of time. A lot of retirements in this business are because of injuries, because of freak accidents that happen in the ring. When you get an opportunity like this, like Sting did in AEW and like John Cena has done in WWE, where they've called their retirement match ahead of time and said, on this day at this event, I will retire. You've got an opportunity to tell an epic story. In Sting's case, it was its relationship that he built with Darby Allin and how that built up and became a tag team championship.
Being this kind of like stalwart of like, it's Sting. It's like outside of when he was in the main event Mafia in TNA, it was always like the perennial good guy, be honorable, do the right thing, beat up the bad guys.
Yeah, the conscience of pro wrestling.
I love that even in like the final match against the Bucks, where Sting was like, I want to put the Bucks over, and the Bucks both went, no, like, we refuse for you to let, like, for you to put up, absolutely not, like, no.
He deserved to go out as a champion, and he got to do that, and that was not his call to make, and they made it for him because of the respect they had for him. In John Cena's case, he deserves all that much respect and more because he's done so much and he's carried the business, and he deserves better than this Game of Thrones ending. You know, what's the biggest problem everyone has with Game of Thrones? The ending. It fell on its face right at the end.
It didn't make any sense. It was storyline the least cohesive. It really is. It's like the final season of Game of Thrones. It doesn't make any sense. And the longer it goes on, the more sad it makes you.
Yeah, and what that taught us all really was that sticking the landing is so important in telling a good story. And it's just not happening with Cena's retirement run. And it's sad.
Maybe the last 5 matches will rule.
Maybe you'll
get AJ Styles. Who else? God, who else have they got that they could do like reunion stuff? I guess you do AJ Styles, and then you just do a bunch of fresh talent. Maybe you put him in a big Survivor Series match.
Did you see
Let him be the last man standing in like a classic Survivor Series.
Could be. It was funny. I saw did you see on Twitter that bit of fan art that was made of like Edge coming through the forbidden door with a chainsaw to be Cena's last opponent?
Edge, like, it's so sad that it can't be like Edge or Chris Jericho. Yeah, because it would be great if it could be either of them. Both. Or like Kurt Angle, but Kurt Angle's already had it.
No,
people still going. Like, Edge or Jericho would be great.
Integral parts of the John Cena story. Both of those guys.
Yeah.
That would be awesome. Like, it's not going to happen, but it would be awesome if it did.
Edge, especially the two of them doing their tributes, like Cena hitting the Edge spear on Sami Zayn, and then Edge did the 5-knuckle shuffle it all out. That was fun. That was and the FU. He hit both. He did the shuffle and the FU. He hit them both.
That was a great moment. Yeah, it would have been cool. But yeah, I stay hopeful that the story will end on a high. And let's just.
All you can do.
Yeah.
Isn't it sad that you have to be hopeful that Cena's retirement is good?
Yeah. Next up we have Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed versus the Usos. It looked so good at the entrances. Like the Usos entering together through
Boy,
the crowd.
did it go long though. Christ.
It did go on a bit. But it just, it was that feel-good moment of seeing them back together as a tag team. The match, well...
One of them got very concussed.
Oh,
by
is that
accident.
what happened? Oh, yeah, right at the end. The end of that match was weird, man, because it's like Jey Uso, it looked like, did he hit himself in the head with a chair while swinging it at Braun Breaker?
He swung it down and it looked like it bounced back up and cracked him because he started bleeding immediately.
Profusely.
Yeah,
it was
I
pouring
think
out.
right across the front. Like, yeah, he cracked himself good.
Yeah. And the Bronnies took home the win there off of that.
The match was fine. It was like, if it main evented a Raw, it would be like, you know what I mean? It felt like a main event TV match.
Yeah.
It didn't need to be a pay-per-view match. It was good, but like, it just wasn't great.
Now, the match of the night, absolute show stealer, without any doubt, Stephanie Vaquer and Io Sky for the vacated Women's World title.
Yeah.
This was tremendous.
Oh my God.
Absolutely brilliant match. If you haven't seen it, go back and watch it. And if you have seen it, rewatch it. It's that good.
It was almost always going to be, right? Like, it's these, it's unless you get one of those weird instances where for some reason two really good wrestlers have no chemistry. Like, I remember, like, for some reason AJ Styles and Kevin Owens have had a bunch of matches and none of them have been good. Because for some reason, like, despite them both being phenomenal, they just don't work well together for reasons no one understands.
Yeah.
But outside of that, like, it was always going to be good, and it was.
Yeah. Like, we know that Io and Rhea can knock it out of the park every time. We know that because they've done it before. Stephanie Vaquer and Io, we didn't really know.
You got to look at Io at this point, though, man. She's had nothing but fucking killers all year. Like, Io Shirai, Io Sky, like, the genius of the sky, man. Give that woman her due. So good.
She's that good. She is that good.
She's that good.
Stephanie Vaquer with... What did they call it? It was like a variation of the spiral tap. It looked very similar to the spiral tap.
It did look like a spiral tap, yeah.
But anyway, looked incredible. Got the win, and we have a new Women's World Champion into Stephanie Vaquer.
Yeah.
And yeah, obviously if they're doing Crown Jewel Championships in Perth, so we're not going to get...
And they have a triple threat coming up between, was it Tiffany, Jade, Nia? So the winner of that will face Stephanie.
Yeah. Which means, unfortunately, no Rhea versus Vaquer in Perth, because that would have been sick. But we'll get that further down the line. Yeah.
Again, I think you're getting Rhea, Io versus Asuka and Kairi, which should be fun as hell.
Yeah, so that'd be awesome.
I won't be mad at that.
No, not at all.
I'd be mad at that one.
Our long-awaited mixed tag team match, the return of AJ Lee and CM Punk versus Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. I thought it was good. It had its ups and downs. I did enjoy, like, they using each other in submission moves, like AJ locking the Black Widow in on Seth, because no one saw that coming. I thought they would have avoided those sort of spots.
AJ definitely had some ring rust for sure, but like, it's pretty good. Like, it was still a good match. Like, yeah, exactly, right, for sure. And like props for like Becky, who would have had to do like most of the work on that one. Yeah, it was. Again, it was pretty good. I don't think it was like a crazy pay-per-view match. It didn't feel like as big a like blood feud kind of blow off as it should have been, but it was still pretty good.
Yeah. And AJ got the win with the Black Widow on Becky Lynch. But yeah, it was just good to see her back because she's in such great shape, right? Abs aplenty. As always, AJ just looked great. Like, you
can't call me shredded when AJ Lee exists.
Yeah.
I don't get to be called shredded when AJ Lee exists. God damn.
I think she mentioned that on a poster. Because I think the posters for Crown Jewel have come out, I think, and she's on one of them and looking Abby as ever. looking absolutely abtacular.
God damn.
It's like, how does she do that? Um, Now, the main event. Drew and Cody for the Undisputed Championship, and it it didn't look like the sort of match I was expecting it to look like. It was another kind of like Drew slips on a banana peel. And yeah.
I get the ongoing thing of just like Drew McIntyre is always finding a way to like cost himself when he could win. But this one didn't feel like that. The ref screwed him. Like this didn't, you know what I mean? Like he got screwed twice. Like that's I don't feel like that wasn't on Drew. Like this one just feels like he got done in.
Yeah.
And like it's so weird.
I'd love to know just the logic behind it and the thought process of like, if he's getting screwed every time he gets into a title shot, but they're keeping him as a heel. Because like, if you screw a guy enough times, the crowd are going to get behind him and have sympathy for him. But in that case, is the plan to make him a babyface, or is it to keep him as a heel? Because
who knows, man? Who knows? Who knows?
The mysteries of life. That's all you can really say.
Cody's got the belt, so you'll see Cody and Seth in Crowd Duel for sure, at the very least, because we can do that match again.
Oh yes, that was teased quite heavily at the post-show media thingy.
I mean, they're definitely they're doing that one for sure. It's weird. So we had the Raw that happened today as we're recording this, and they did like the part of me that doesn't make any sense, where it's like Cody did the like right at the end, like his final bit was like, I have 2 questions for you. Is this really going to be a one-on-one match, or is the, I guess he's like, is the Vision gonna interfere, or is it just gonna be us? And then also our last 3 one-on-one matches, who's won all of them? And my brain went like, so you're gonna say, hey, this should still be one-on-one. I always win one-on-ones, by the way, but this should still be like, at what point would Seth not go like, you're right, I always do lose one-on-ones, I should bring all my guys? Like, you're right, actually, let's screw you on this. Like, it just felt like silly baby facing. But the match will be good. All the other matches have been good. Hopefully Cody doesn't rip his tit off this time, and it'll be a great time.
Yeah. The adversity. I just had it just looks so gross.
So gross. It's bad. What Wardlow's dealing with now, poor bugger.
Oh yeah. God, that sucks. It just sucks all round. But speaking of AEW matches, there were a lot. That thing was 5 hours long.
That's 14 matches. If WWE doesn't give you enough matches, AEW gives you all the matches to compensate for it. Yeah. So the first 4 matches are all your pre-show matches, which was done on like a live TV broadcast. It was like live on, you could watch it on TV, I think on TNT before the pay-per-view started, which is the first time they've done that, which is cool.
A collision tailgate something?
I think that's what they called it, yeah, like a tailgate something.
Yeah.
Tailgate, I don't know, who fucking cares. Opening match was the Ops, Samoa Joe, Powerhouse Hobbs against the Workhorsemen, Anthony Henry, JD Drake. This, I think, is just to have people on the show because Samoa Joe and Powerhouse Hobbs continue to be 2 out of 3 of your trios champions and continue to do cool things, and we want to keep keeping the cool guys on the show, so we put them on the show. They had a 5-minute match. It is pretty good. The Ops won that match. Cool. Daniel Garcia was up next against Katsuyori Shibata. This is Daniel Garcia post kind of fall to the dark side, joining the Death Riders, which has been very, very cool. It's nice to have this kind of edge to Daniel Garcia after this series of matches with John Moxley. Oh, yeah, dude, the matches he had with John Moxley were really fun because like it was one of those ones where you get everything in defeat. Like you just look the dog's bollocks. And yeah, it did finally join the dark side. They did this flashback to like, there was this moment in the Daniel Garcia match where he's leant against the barricade like a year or 2 ago, and like a fan grabs him by the hand and like helps him up. And he goes like, "Dang," like kind of like that kind of like motivates him to keep going. And they did a similar spot in this match where he's against the barricade and the fan reached for him, and Marina Shafir moved the fan's hand out of the way, and she picked him up. And I'm like, that's wonderful healing, fantastic, well done. Like, no, he's not yours, he's ours. And I thought that was very, very cool. Danny Garcia won that with his new finish, which is like a back of the head curb stomp. It looks gnarly. It's not one of those moves like the hidden blade where I don't know how they're doing it safe, where he just kind of like stomps the front of their head into the ground.
It looks. The thing is, it looked brutal when Candice LeRae was doing it, and it's even worse with Danny looking like, oh shit.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
But it's some look. This is a really, really hard hitting match. It is fun. They got the better part of like 15 minutes to do their thing too, and it was good times. We had Hologram and the Paragon, Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong, win a trios match against the Frat House, which is Cole Carter, Gift Garrison, Preston Vance. They are like straight up jobbers. They won it in like 3 minutes. The story of this is that Kyle O'Reilly is trying to get Roderick Strong to join the conglomeration with all his other friends, and Roderick Strong keeps being like, I don't want to join. Kyle's my friend. Like, and he's kind of like begrudgingly every once in a while they're like slowly bringing him in, which I think is very, very fun. And then the kind of main event match, I guess, for the pre-show was a crazy women's match. 8-woman tornado tailgate brawl, which is everything goes. Harley Cameron, Mina Shirakawa, Queen Aminata, Willow Nightingale defeats Megan Bain, Penelope Ford, and Julia Hart and Sky Blue of the Triangle of Madness. It's just a big schmoz. All the ladies get to do stuff. Harley Cameron goes wild with Stapler for a little bit. Like, it's just a match full of lunacy to get all the different women that have been having ongoing feuds with each other on the show. There was also an announcement during the show that says this coming Dynamite. It did one of those, the classic Tony Khan has an important announcement coming up on Dynamite, which we haven't seen in a while. And the rumor of that is that will be the women's tag titles, which will be cool. I imagine that's why you want to showcase as many ladies as possible. Your main show opened with our love them and hate them tag team of Adam Copeland and Christian Cage against FTR. Both of I'm just gonna call them Edge and Christian. Have kind of come back to try and seek out FTR, who have put them both away. They're kind of like coming back to kind of feud with them. They've been beating up on Stokely Hathaway, their manager at the minute. The last Dynamite, they had this wonderful bit, which I found endlessly funny because Christian remains endlessly funny, where it was kind of like they do the thing where it's like, if you hit us, it's gonna, you're gonna get fined $100,000 if you touch us. And then FTR goes off on them, and then Adam Copeland went off on them, and then they got the mic to Christian, and he's like, I heard I'll get fined $100,000. I don't give a damn about your $100,000. I'm rich. And then just decked him in the face. And that's phenomenal shithousery. It was a really, really fun tag match because, of course, it was. FTR can drag anyone to a good tag match. We did get towards the end of it to neutralize the cheating of Stokely, the surprise debut of, I believe, just being called Beth Copeland. Beth come out and just speared the balls out of Stokely Hathaway. Looked great doing it. Fantastic that she may be around in more stuff. Our faces, I guess, with Christian in massive air quotes, get the win on this one. And then Copeland gets kind of handcuffed to the ropes, and Beth gets taken out by the heels at the end of the match. Yep. Your next match is
Beth is
go on, sorry.
One of those people. It seems like she's just universally loved, like, by the women's locker room. And yeah, one thing I've always liked about her is she's just this tough as shit. Like, I like in the sort of fight back spot that she had, like, she's not afraid to just swing at anyone. And that was cool.
She was swinging at FTR before they kind of overwhelmed her.
A sick-looking stuff pile driver.
Oh, yeah.
And she took that like a champ, too. Of course. And, it'd be interesting to see where it goes. Because, yeah, it's good to see Beth out there just beating people up.
Absolutely. Our next match, defeating Big Bill, is the returning Eddie Kingston, who essentially Big Bill just called him out, said, "I know you're almost back from injury, stuff's almost done. You know, I want to be on this pay per view. I'm calling you out. I'm calling out Eddie Kingston." And Eddie Kingston came back out, huge pop, still wearing a shirt that says Claudio sucks eggs because he'll never stop being a hater. Eddie Kingston, the pettiest man to ever live. The match was all right. I feel like Eddie still had some ring rust on him. It wasn't like incredible. He did slightly whiff the Huracan finish at the end there. It didn't make the greatest of landing, but I'm just happy to see Eddie Kingston back. And he was helped out by Hook towards the end of the match as well to kind of neutralize Brian Keith with Big Bill.
All the New York guys.
I was about to say, Hook and Eddie Kingston is the most New York pairing to ever do live. Would be fun. I'm on board with it. That's what
I was thinking that sort of this build for this match was going to be. Like, who's the king of New York? Who's the toughest, pro wrestler to come out of New York? And I'm glad that it was Big Bill and Eddie, because they sort of seem like at the moment two of the sort of top guys of the New York wrestlers. So I'm glad it was those two. But yeah, and then Hook coming in as sort of the next big thing to come out of New York. So it's good. It all fit into place, and I like that.
I just like seeing Eddie Kingston back. It just makes me happy. Other things that make me happy is when I get to watch Mark Briscoe and MJF wrestle in something called a tables and tacks match. If you want to know how many thumbtacks there were, yes is the answer.
All of them.
Bryce Remsburg showed a photo of his boots afterwards, and they were like, the whole bottom of them are just stuck tacks.
They could have been tap shoes.
Around in them. Legitimately,
yeah.
Also, props to MJF, who the night before wrestled Mystico in a crazy match down in Arena, Mexico. And then, less than 24 hours later, is doing this up in Canada. It's a full-blown lunatic plunder match. MJF gives it socks. Mark Briscoe is just this he really is like full Cactus Jack at this point. And he does get this win decisively, hits the J Driller, gets the pin. Huge win for Mark Briscoe, absolutely beloved. It seems like he was kind of angling towards the TNT title before he was kind of MJF cost him the ability to challenge for that. So I hope maybe it's going back in that direction as well. Your follow-up match for this is the Demand, which is Ricochet, Bishop Khan, and Toleona, otherwise known as Gates of Agony, against the Hurt Syndicate, Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, and MVP.
Still
he decided to get involved in this one. Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
The Ricochet has essentially been doing all sorts of messing with the Hurt Syndicate since they, helped them lose the tag titles to Brodito, and they're trying to get their get back at this point. Ricochet is so good in AEW. I feel like he has so much more of it. It's just more interesting. He's more fun. When he took the big back body drop from Lashley, and screamed as he's in the air, just fully willing to look the geek. It was really, really fun, but with some kind of shithousery, and with the story of the match kind of being that MVP doesn't have it as much on the level that Lashley and Shelton still do. MVP gets singled out and gets pinned by Ricochet, and the Demand are your winners over the Hurt Syndicate, which I thought was a decent sized upset.
Yeah, absolutely. I was surprised when I saw it.
Yeah, definitely fun. Always good to see good things happening for the Gates of Agony as well. I'm glad that they are getting more and more spotlight to do their thing.
They put the time in for sure.
Next up was Mercedes Moné against Riho for the TBS Championship. Essentially, Mercedes came out a little while ago and said there's no one else left to challenge for this TBS title. I can even beat up 3 other women at Forbidden Door. Who we got? And then Riho decided just to come back and went, me! And it was great. They had a 15-minute banger. Mercedes, whenever she gets to wrestle Japanese women's wrestlers, has a fucking blinder. Plus Riho, they're both so tiny, so they both bump lunatics for one another. There's this one drop kick Mercedes hit that Riho looked like she died. Like just a full like snap back, like slam into the ground. It was awesome. Very, very fun. Mercedes does pick up your win on this one, continues to be the TBS champion. But a very, very fun, tidy match. I hope Rio sticks around more this time. I don't know how long she can come and go, but it's always more fun when she's around. So
yeah,
I hope she decides to think about next matchup, triple threat for the AEW Unified Championship. It is Kazuchika Okada, Konosuke Takeshita, and Masquerada Dorada. They essentially had like a little 3 kind of qualifying matches on the most recent slate of shows to figure out who would be in this match. We are slowly getting the dissension between Okada and Takeshita in the Don Callis family, as like, you know, Okada being like, I'm the one with the belts. I'm the top dog. I'm the one that beat Kenny Omega. Like, I'm the best. And you're watching Takeshita slowly but surely get fed up with it. These guys for 20 minutes have an absolute banger. And for somehow in a match that has Kazuchika Okada and Konosuke Takeshita both giving it socks, Masquerada Dorada is the best person in this match. He is so good. And like, as a showcase to be able to show off someone that people might not know as well. Oh my God, just endlessly flippy. He hit a double top rope Hurricane Rana on the pair of them at one point. God damn, was he good. Yeah, Okada comes out, decides to wrestle like big match Okada, which is when he decides that it's all right, working boots are on and it's great. Takeshita is forever good. Speaking of Blue Thunder Bombs, reverses a Rainmaker into an absolute cracker of a Blue Thunder Bomb on Okada. Is an absolute killer. And then you do get the kind of underhanded win by Okada where he pins Dorada after Takeshita had hit him with something and kind of like shuffles him out the way to get the pin and continue that. And you watch, you know, Takeshita at the end of it be like frustrated and upset, and Okada just stand there like a douche, just title in his face, being like, the inevitable singles match between those two is going to be so goddamn good.
Yes.
Like, keep edging me towards it. It's fine. I'm on board. In a change of style, up next, Jon Moxley, Darby Allin in a coffin match. This one's a bit nuts. This one's a bit insane because these two are always going to be a bit insane. The coolest thing for me to think about with this one is that it's such a unique spectacle because even if you didn't tell me who these people were, and for some reason I could only see them as silhouettes, and I started watching this, I would know it's Jon Moxley and Darby Allin because the way they wrestle and the way they do things is so uniquely them. It's not homogenized. It's not, they don't wrestle like anyone else. They very much wrestle like themselves. And it's very, very cool. It's a horrifically bloody affair. People get gouged and bloody, and like Darby jumps Mox before he finishes his entrance and then proceeds to climb up into another tier of seating and immediately hit like a 5-meter coffin drop. Like, it's just the suicide dives. They get like slammed into the coffin. Your fingers slammed into the doors of coffins. Like, it's brutal. These guys beat the absolute crap out of each other. And it very, very much looks like Darby Allin is going to get the win at the end of this match until a gentleman returns in
is he a gentleman?
Full clothes with short hair and a beard.
Is he a gentleman?
He looks like a gentleman, but he's not. He's a bastard.
He's a bastard.
It's Park. But the worst version of Park with clothes and short hair for some reason. Like, and comes back, kills Darby Allin, and Jon Moxley gets the win on this one. Crazy to see Park back. Yeah. Very, very cool though. Like, the idea that like you have some of these people now that are currently injured between your Ospreay, your Swerve, your Kenny who's away, and then they go like, okay, even without these guys, we still have all this talent, and now we're gonna bring back Eddie Kingston, Orange Cassidy, Park. Like, there's just so many people you could slot back in. It's so crazy. But yeah, I like Park, so I'm happy. And I like Mox, so I'm happy when Mox wins stuff.
Yeah, I did not see that coming with Pac. He's just kind of had been gone for that long. He'd sort of become an afterthought, and you go, oh yeah, he's part of this group. And oh
Yeah.
yep, just kicked Darby's head off.
You also did get
but
during the match Danielson on commentary, who kind of just slid a bag to Darby Allin and went like shrugged and sat there, and then Darby pulled the plastic bag out and did to Mox
that was a
what Mox
great
did
spot.
to Danielson,
I love
which I
that
thought
spot.
was a very fun moment.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
And that wasn't the end of this particular program for the evening because, Darby
somehow
got Mox
later
back.
Darby Allin escaped, put Moxley in a body bag, and then set it on fire because of course he did.
As you do.
These guys are like, the two of them is very fun because there's this hatred of each other, and it's almost like just mutually assured destruction. Like, as long as they keep feuding, they're both just gonna keep killing each other.
Yeah,
and like, there's no winner. They're both.
Yeah,
they're just gonna break.
One-upsmanship in the most destructive possible way.
Absolutely. Speaking of things we didn't see coming, up next, 4-way match for the Women's World Championship. Timeless Toni Storm, Jamie Hayter, Tekla, Chris Statlander. Essentially what happened is Toni Storm had been looking for a challenge who could step up, and eventually there was a couple, they were all having this big schmoz, and she's like, all right, you want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. I want you, and I want you. I'll have yous all. Like, let's get it done. And she just essentially just called this 4-way, 12-minute match, absolute sprint. Everyone looked good. Jamie Hayter just with all the big power moves, infinite lariats. Tekla doing a weird kind of like submission-y, kind of more grounded stuff. There's this one bit, God bless Toni Storm, where like Tekla's doing her weird like spider walk out of the corner, and Toni just walks in behind her and goes, I hate bugs, and just stomps her right in the vagina. Just crunched her in. Yeah. Like, yep, of course, Toni. And then Chris Statlander playing your role of powerhouse. It is an all over the place match until you get to its ending, where Chris Statlander hits the seatbelt pin, which was famously kind of used by like Orange Cassidy when she was part of the Best Friends, and pins Timeless Toni Storm. Chris Statlander is your new AEW Women's World Champion, and in a genuine surprise, and that crowd went ballistic. Proper, you deserve it. You watch her like burst into tears, like, especially for a woman that's had like, I think 2 like ACL injuries, like blown her knees out and still come back, and like,
yeah, she was gone a lot in early AEW. Like, I remember that.
Yeah, I love it for Statman. I'm a huge Statlander fan.
Oh, she deserves it, absolutely. She's awesome. Actually, that move
very
that she
excited
used,
to see what happens.
The move that she used to win, is it Orange Cassidy's move or is it Wheeler Yuta's?
It was Cassidy's who gave it to Yuta, who's now told it to.
Right.
Because they were all very much in the Best Friends doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, it is very much coming around, and that story is still going on as well.
Yeah. And
the look on Tony's face
reaction
was so cool. Yes. It was like
happiness
mixed with it was like happy for Statlander mixed with shock, mixed with sadness that she's lost.
Yeah.
All at the same time.
With all the over the top makeup. And that helped like the facial expression get over, I think. Just that sort of stunned mullet that like yeah. A very, very cool visual.
Yeah. A very, very cool match and a very, very cool new champion. Speaking of things that were over the top, your penultimate match is a 4-way ladder match for the tag team championships. It is Brodito, the Young Bucks, Jet Speed, and Hechicero and Josh Alexander of the Don Callis family. This is all the stuff. This is an insane. Everyone does everything. Everybody dies. Speedball gets killed by Brody King at one point, but not before he hits like off the top of the ladder, the backflip knees onto somebody. I think Bandito hit a sunset flip off the top of a ladder onto another ladder. The Bucks went ballistic. Like, this is all the stuff all the time.
Yeah, when Bandito, I think he hit that on Hechicero, the sunset flip bomb on the ladder bridge. It was Danielson on commentary that he just pointed out the obvious and went, "Grab the belts." Why did you not grab the belts? You were right there.
Because sometimes you think about winning and then you look at your opponent and you go, you know what? Fuck this guy in particular. And you just... But yes, I like Danielson just pointing out what all of us have been screaming at every ladder match for the last 25 years. But yeah, it's an insane match. Bandito does retain your titles, continue to be the coolest tag team pairing that came out of nowhere. But it's a mental match. Like, well worth. If you just like all the fun of the fair, it is all the fun of the fair.
Yeah. And it'll be interesting to see what they do when Buddy Matthews comes back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hope it's not too much longer, man. Poor guy. Hopefully he's at least back for like Grand Slam would be fantastic. If he can make a surprise return, then would
hopefully
be
that
really fun.
Actually, that might end up being
months away.
That'll be the next event that we both go to.
You coming to Grand Slam?
Yeah, Sydney's not that far.
Yeah, let's go. You bought tickets yet? You got to get on them, man.
Oh yeah, I gotta do that. Leave us a bit late.
Hey boy, you should have told me. I'd have got you one.
Yeah, because I don't think, when was the last event that we were at together? Oh, well, it might have been the EPW show before.
Yeah,
Chamber.
Yeah.
Yep.
So 2 years ago, it would be 2 years from when the Grand Slam takes place.
Damn.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
It's been a hot second. And speaking of things that were really hot, there we go. Main event is Hangman Adam Page and Kyle Fletcher for the AEW Men's World Championship. Kyle Fletcher and the Doncaster family have been kind of running roughshod over everybody most recently and being like, I'm the future, I'm the guy. TNT title's not enough. I can carry everything. I'm ready. Let's do it. They killed Kenny Omega, which, Hangman got mad at, and they've been trying to take out Hangman. He did a stipulation, because he is still a smart babyface. Any members of the Don Callis family interfere, Fletcher gets disqualified and stripped of the TNT title. So it is a pure singles match. And oh man, what a match these two have. I think it goes almost 40 minutes. Because I remember at one point they do the 30 minutes have passed. And I'm like, surely they don't do the hour. Surely they don't do the, it's a phenomenal match. It's a proper big, hard-hitting main event world championship match. Very kind of New Japan main event styled. It's awesome.
God,
Hangman,
the Deadeye off the apron through the table. Oh.
He does that spot a lot, and it looks horrific every time.
Yeah. I don't think.
And then he hits one off the top rope. He hit an avalanche Deadeye, didn't he, as well, later on?
Oh, yeah.
That one also just folded him in half when he dropped him on it. Hey, Hangman does retain this, but this is one of those matches where someone gets everything in defeat. Kyle looks so good. That's one of those matches where this guy's gonna hold this belt one day.
That's his coming out party, yeah, for sure.
He's just not ready right now. And he's 26. He has all the time in the world. But incredible match. So good. Like I said, proper big main event. And you get a year on from the last All Out where Hangman killed Swerve dead in that cage match. You get the kind of opposite of Hangman walking out proud of himself, belt raised, rather than kind of deranged and falling into darkness. So it's a nice kind of button to put on the whole show. And yeah, that was the end of a 5-hour show rather. It was a goodie.
Yeah.
It was a really good show. It is very funny that while Cena and Brock was happening, Hangman and Kyle was happening at the same time. That match fucking ruled.
Yeah.
It's like, well, if I can only watch one,
Yep.
I know which one I'm enjoying more.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
That was an excellent match.
Great show. I mean, look, AEW pay-per-views are always really good. So, like, yeah, great show. Great show. That really enjoyed.
And with that, we have one more thing to talk about, and that is the YouTube pick of the week. What have we got this week?
I want to, it's not even that long ago, but I feel like it didn't get enough shine considering all the things that happened just on last year's All Out in 2024. The last match I talked about happened last year's All Out, which was Park and Ospreay, and that was great. In honor of our new women's champion, Statlander and Willow Nightingale had a street fight last year, and it ruled.
It did very much.
Every once in a while, AEW decide to let the women have a plunder match, and every one of them is great. There's never been a bad one, and this one's insane. These two women clearly were like in the middle of their like kind of like blood feud. Clearly have all the respect for each other when they're not in character, because God, they give each other everything. It's gnarly, it's violent. Statlander takes a split-legged bump into Tax, which looks awful, like, but it's such a good match. It's so good. If you like good women's wrestling, if you like yourself a proper kind of like blow off to a big feud, and if you like yourself some Attitude Era plunder and weaponry, it is well worth your watch, because yeah, it's so bloody good. It's so bloody good. So
when
please
the
go and check
chemistry's
that
there,
out.
everything falls into place, and that's a great example of that.
100%. So yes, it gets my thorough recommendation from me to you.
And before we wrap up, we've been talking behind the scenes for a bit about changing up the format of this show. So I just wanted to let you guys know we're going to be moving to a monthly format going forward. The next match, or the next podcast that we do, will probably be a go home podcast for the Big Perth weekend, and then we'll move to monthly from there on out. What we want to do is
hopefully we can actually stick to that schedule.
Yeah, make a schedule that we can stick to around all of the life stuff and dad things and job related shenanigans, and actually be able to put on a good show for you guys, and really to be able to concentrate the wrestling into being just picking out all the best things, the things we love the most about what happened in wrestling in the previous month. So hopefully,
I think it's a cool way to. I think it should be a cool way to do it, because as we always say, there is so much wrestling and there's so much going on.
Tons.
The idea that you can take a full month and just be like, all right, in an hour and a bit, here it is. Here's everything that kind of happened. Like, you won't get, it's not going to be extensive, obviously. You're not going to get like a minute by minute breakdown, but like, here's everything that's gone down. So if you need to catch up, if you've missed a month of just like, oh man, I went on a hike through the Himalayas with no phone reception for a month. What's happened? This is roughly what's happened. You know, this will pretty much get you up to speed.
We really want to corner the Himalayan hiker market.
Yeah, my nan loves doing that.
Yeah, and she's the head of marketing for this show.
She is. She wears a lot of hats. She does a lot.
So yes, expect to see us again in the lead up to the big weekend in Perth. But until then, I am Steve Willis. You are loved. He is also Matty. And we will see you next time.
See you.
Say goodbye to your nan, goddammit.
Whoa. Whoa. Damn. He doesn't speak for me, Nan. He doesn't speak for me.
We're still rolling.
Cool. I can keep going.
Smart ass. Bye, Matty's nan.
My nan doesn't get to get too many mentions. Okay, it'll go to her head.
She's been queen of the internet before you know it.
Much. Can't give it too much. Yeah.
We'll see you guys next time.